iDubbbz is a name that invokes pretty heavy nostalgia for OG YouTube users, especially those like myself who kind of use the website religiously in its peak years. The general consensus is that YouTube was at its peak from the years of 2014 to around 2018 or 2019, and a lot of that had to do with the culture being that of the Wild West. People did and said whatever they really wanted, and it made for great content, good memories, and pretty good culture. One of the factors of YouTube back then that is vastly different than it is now is the edge factor. You had YouTubers like Leafy is Here, iDubbbz, Filthy Frank, even PewDiePie back then was pretty edgy. Some true classics were born from this time, such as iDubbbz I'm Gay Remix Compilation Number 2.
Hey, I'm gay. What a lovely day!
Simpler times, bro. Simpler times. Now, the path that each of these edgy YouTubers ended up falling into is vastly different depending on them. Like, PewDiePie shifting his content entirely, then getting married to Marzia and living happily ever after is vastly different than Leafy is Here making 12 videos on Pokimane and then getting banned. And then you have cases like iDubbbz where he shifts his content drastically and then goes on to recently publicly disavow his audience and basically perpetually make a fool out of himself. Which is what I want to talk about today, how over the past month, iDubbbz has been taking L after L after L, including some new drama that has unfolded over the last 24 hours. But first, let's talk about what happened with his interview with Anthony Padilla. In case you didn't know, iDubbbz collaborated with Anthony Padilla recently in Anthony Padilla's I Spent a Day With series. In this episode, Anthony Padilla spent a day with iDubbbz where they talk about YouTube, boxing, and some other stuff. To be honest, and no offense, but the episode was pretty boring. Nothing really interesting was talked about other than iDubbbz disavowing his old audience, an audience of millions of people that basically gave him the platform that he has now. iDubbbz basically went publicly and said, yeah, those people who basically gave me everything I had, they suck.
I did not like the interactions that I had with fans. There were quite a few human beings that I interacted with that just sucked because I attracted a lot of people who sucked. Some people were very much like antisocial, weird, basement dwellers. You know, the one time a month that they come out of their cave and they run into me, their favorite YouTuber.
And what would they say? What would they do?
Things that I am certainly not going to repeat. I'm talking bad words.
Words that we only say by describing the first letter?
Yeah, exactly. Boy, man.
So iDubbbz is explaining that part of the reason he felt the need to shift his content eventually is because he would keep having weird fan interactions, where presumably these fans would approach iDubbbz and probably like say the N-word or the F-word in public. And you may be thinking, well, iDubbbz is totally in the right for calling that behavior weird and strange. Imagine being a YouTuber and your fans come up to you and just sort of say things that everybody is gonna look at you weird for saying. And I would agree with you if it wasn't iDubbbz who encouraged this behavior to begin with. You see, in case you don't know the lore, iDubbbz back in the day would have a running joke with his audience where basically they would address iDubbbz as whatever combination of slurs sounded the funniest. The most common slur nickname given to iDubbbz was N-word, F-word. I'm not repeating it. iDubbbz would be addressed as such in the form of fan letters, YouTube comments, social media tweets, etc., etc. So it makes sense logically why these people would address you as such in person if they've been doing that on social media and through letters and YouTube comments. These people didn't suck, they weren't weird, and they probably weren't even racist. They were copying the behavior that you laid out as being acceptable, iDubbbz. They did what you considered to be appropriate, so for you now to retrospectively call them weird, I mean, that just seems a little unfair, right? But yeah, iDubbbz has been catching a lot of heat for that clip because people were saying, like, bro, can you not do that? Like, can you not disavow your fans retroactively? Quasi-canceling your own fan base because they basically did what you told them to do is crazy. And these are the people that have spent hundreds of hours watching your content, they've bought your merch, they've watched your YouTube documentaries, they've left you nice comments. These are the people that when you felt like quitting YouTube, that when you felt like taking a break, have given you the mojo to continue pursuing this career. But now you're lambasting them, calling them basement dwellers, antisocial, weirdo freaks, when they were just trying to support you. Isn't that sort of weird? And he wants to act like he's a different person now, like he's greatly matured since 2018. He is currently 32 years old, which means in 2018, he would have been 27 years old. You do understand that he was a fully grown adult at the age of 27, correct? I'm sorry, but if you seriously believe that he stopped using slurs and, you know, just saying the most out-of-pocket stuff on YouTube because he just simply matured, you're just lying to yourself or you're stupid. There are 3 reasons why he stopped doing offensive comedy. Number 1, that type of content stopped being remunerative after the adpocalypse. YouTube made it so you literally could not make money on content that would say like the hard R. So considering the fact that he said that word in every single video, it was either stop saying it so you can continue to make videos and make money, or go stock the shelves at Walmart with Feastables. Obviously he's gonna pick the I'm gonna stop saying the N-word route. So that's the first thing. He could no longer make money doing the offensive stuff. Number 2 is the social climate vastly changed from the years of 2018 to 2021. A lot of that had to do with the pandemic, and because it became less socially acceptable to do that offensive comedy throughout those 3 years, coupled with the fact that it was no longer monetizable, obviously it's a no-brainer, hey, I'm gonna stop doing this offensive comedy. If you genuinely believe he just grew up and, you know, had a big personality change, bro, you're just not thinking, are you? If he can make the money now that he was making in 2017 from doing the same content, I promise you, bro, pinky promise right now, that is exactly what he would be doing. Because I'm telling you, there's an alternate universe where there was no adpocalypse and there was no COVID-19, where from the years of 2018 to 2021, we've gotten 3 more content cops and he's still saying the word. Anyways, some new iDubbbz drama unfolded over the past 24 hours that I want to go over, so let's do that. In case you didn't know, iDubbbz ran a boxing event last year called Creator Clash. Now, this event was for charity, and it was so wildly successful that he is doing it again this year. Now, one of the fights that was on the card for this year's fight was a fight between the creator Froggy Fresh and the creator Chris Raygun. Now, considering that this is a boxing event, you would expect there to be banter beforehand, right? Like some shit talking, like, hey bro, I'm gonna knock you out. That's how you build hype for the fight, that's how you build drama, that's how you build attention, that's how you sell tickets. It's known in the industry that drama, especially regarding a fight, is going to sell pay-per-views and tickets. Now, Froggy Fresh has been going crazy with the shit talking on Twitter, as he should, right? I mean, it's his fight, he wants to win, he wants to get under his opponent's skin, he wants to build hype for it. The more shit talking, the better, in my opinion. Well, not in iDubbbz's opinion, because over the past 24 hours, Froggy Fresh has been disqualified from participating in Creator Clash, because apparently he took the shit talking too far with this clip.
On April 15th, if I don't hurt you beyond what anybody could have imagined, I will be so disappointed in myself that I will subscribe to Anissa's OnlyFans.
Okay, so you probably don't get why this was so bad, but I'll explain it. At the end of the clip, he said that if he wasn't able to beat his opponent beyond what anybody expected, he would be so disappointed in himself that he would buy Anissa's OnlyFans. Who is Anissa? That's iDubbbz's wife. Now, iDubbbz getting married to somebody who does OnlyFans was a big controversy back in 2020, because everybody was saying like, bro, that's no longer your wife, that's no longer your girlfriend, bro. If you're sharing her with the entire internet or anybody who pays $5.99 a month, that's embarrassing for you, bro. But the hate and criticism wasn't enough for any change to be made, as iDubbbz's wife still does OnlyFans. Which, I don't know, bro. I feel like if I was married to a girl, like, at that point, bro, you gotta lock it in, you know? Like, I don't know, man. Is your relationship still even monogamous if some random guy can pay $5 to see your wife naked? That's a serious question. I don't even know. Like, would that be considered monogamous? Like, I guess? But low-key, I think I'd rather, like, kill myself than be married to a girl who's doing OnlyFans. But Anissa basically got so offended that Froggy Fresh kind of poked fun at her OnlyFans because she's rightfully incredibly insecure about doing it in the first place, that she basically, I guess, complained to iDubbbz to the point where iDubbbz felt the need to remove Froggy Fresh from this fight. The official Creator Clash account says, there has been a change in the lineup and Froggy Fresh will no longer be fighting against Chris Raygun. We will announce his replacement in the coming days. With just 3 weeks left, the countdown to Creator Clash 2 has begun. Creator Clash's goal is to make an inclusive and fun environment for creators and fans while giving back to charity. That has always been our mission, and Froggy Fresh's recent behavior does not align with that mission. We look forward to sharing this positive experience on April 15th. iDubbbz has shifted from being the content cop to the fun police because he literally said, our goal is to have fun, but when Froggy Fresh finds fun and finds humor in, like, criticizing and being satirical about his wife's OnlyFans, oh no, that's just too far. That doesn't align with our values and our mission. Also, the goal here is to raise charity money, and you understand that people are asking for refunds as we speak because Froggy Fresh got banned from your event. There are several creators who I know who have like up to 8 tickets per person that are trying to get refunds right now because of what you've done, because of the fact that you banned a creator from your event for making a joke. And like, I understand that people are saying, oh yeah, but bro, he went after iDubbbz' wife, that's just too far. Okay, but bro, how is that too far? But what he said one sentence previous isn't. That he was going to physically beat his opponent beyond recognition. People are drawing these arbitrary lines between what is okay to say and what is not okay to say in terms of banter. And it's not even like what he said was that bad. He said, oh, I'd be disappointed in myself, so I'd buy his wife's OnlyFans. I don't understand. Isn't the goal of OnlyFans to get more subscriptions, to get more customers? Like, are you just that embarrassed of the fact that that's your career choice, that when people actually want to do the thing that you're supposed to want them to do, that it embarrasses you? I don't get it. He didn't call his wife names. He didn't say he was going to do anything to the wife. He didn't say anything even that offensive. All he did was say he would become a customer of your wife's business. You are ashamed of what your wife does, but you won't admit it. If you weren't ashamed and you weren't very insecure of the fact that your wife is literally putting pictures of herself on the internet for other men to enjoy, then you wouldn't have found Froggy Fresh's comment to be offensive. And it's like, this guy wasn't given a warning. He wasn't given a penalty. Like, wouldn't that make more sense? Instead of like banning him altogether, just fine him a couple $100s, and that couple $100 would go back to the charity that you're trying to support. Like, bro, how am I thinking of better solutions than just banning him because you're such a sensitive loser? This is a guy who's been training for months on months on months rigorously at this point, all for this fight, and now, like, only weeks away from the fight, you've basically said, hey bro, sorry, but you can't do the fight anymore. Why? Well, yeah, you said that you'd do something that would financially benefit my wife, but we're embarrassed of the fact that we actually do that, so yeah, sorry. I was actually considering going to this event a few months ago because one of my friends is going, but now seeing how poorly everything is being handled internally and the fact that iDubbbz will literally do whatever his wife says, even if it makes his entire event go belly up, I'm glad I didn't buy tickets. Last year's Creator Clash, I've heard, was a success on all accounts. This year, weeks away from the fight, we're having this sort of stuff going on? What the hell is happening? What are you guys doing? Get this man back on the card right this moment. I want justice to be served, but anyways, if you guys ended up enjoying this video, please be sure to leave a like and subscribe. Comment down poster if you made it to the end of the videos, and follow my social medias. Links are all down below. I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.